Hey, good morning everybody. This is April with the Resellers Learning Curve, and I hope you're all having a wonderful week. This video has a couple of different pointers that I want to mention, things to look out for, things to think about maybe, and things coming forth. So just to jump right into it, because I'll be late for work in a few minutes. First of all, I want to let you guys know that I made a video for my friend Tanya over at Thrifty Treasures. So if you want to go check that out, it's pretty interesting because in that video, I talk about some of the best jewelry finds that I've found. That's one of those words that I say weird or I really struggle with. Jewelry. So yeah, I talk about jewelry over on Tanya's channel. I told her that I would make a video. She does a reseller feature on her channel, and I think I told her many moons ago that I was interested in participating because I just love Tanya. So if you don't follow Thrifty Treasures, I absolutely suggest that you do, number one. Number two, I did make a video for her about my jewelry finds. So if you want to check that out, that's over on her channel, Thrifty Treasures on YouTube. Just a side note, you'll hear me go on and on about this in the video, but you guys, Tanya is one of the most well-versed, well-rounded resellers that I know. Like, this woman has incredible knowledge, a depth of knowledge, a breadth of knowledge. Like Tanya's the real deal. So I'm really excited to have recorded a video for her channel and to share with her subscribers because she's amazing. I love her. She's super talented. So check that out, number one. The second point I wanted to make is, why am I selling jewelry? Well, as I've mentioned in videos before this one, in 2018, I've really challenged myself to step outside of my comfort zone, do some different things, make some changes, grow my business. And I'm going to be really honest with you. Coming to the end of this first quarter, it's been a challenge. Things have not went as I would like them to. They have not went as I would expect. And I'm way behind. I'm literally way behind in every single thing that I'm supposed to be getting done. Super behind. But the upside is my sales numbers are really strong right now. Not as far as sheer volume, like I'm not shipping out 20 items a day, but I'm talking about like average price sold per item. Way up right now, and I'm really happy with that. But that only happens because I challenge myself to do something different than what I'm normally accustomed to doing. And you know the saying, if you always do what you've always done, well, I'm doing something different. The number one thing that I'm doing is I'm still sourcing clothing, but much more selectively, meaning that I probably am only purchasing 20% of the clothing that I know is profitable that I would normally source. And that's because right now I'm going through an inventory project where my goal is to reduce my clothing inventory by 30%. And by reducing my clothing inventory by 30%, I can increase my hard goods inventory by that amount. So that's what I'm doing right now. In order for me to do that, I'm having to get rid of a lot of clothing because for the bulk of the time that I've been in business, I would say 4 out of the 5 years that I've been in business, my primary sales have come from clothing. And so I'm just clothing inventory everywhere. But if you sell clothing, you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you have a backlog. If you don't have a backlog, kudos, you're the rock star, because wow, like how? I can think of one time in the past year that I literally did not have a clothing backlog. And at that moment in time, I had 2 people working with me to list as opposed to my regular 1 helper. So that's, yeah, I've always had a backlog. A backlog is normal for me. So, sorry, I need to put lotion on my hands. That's the second thing that I wanted to mention, is that I'm really encouraging people to join me in the sense that I want us all to grow and to learn and to make more money and to establish a more successful business. If your business is established, I want you to build on your success. I want to see all of us win. And like I told a lady in the thrift store yesterday, she was actually talking to someone else about me, and she said that I was a sweetheart, which was very nice. So thank you, lady in Goodwill. She said that I was a sweetheart because one day I had a Coach purse in my hand, and when I decided that I didn't want the Coach purse, I actually offered it to her as opposed to putting it back. And she was like, that was so sweet of you. And my comment to her was, you know, there's enough for everybody. And she agreed with me wholeheartedly. If you have not watched my video, The Myth of Reseller Scarcity, I encourage you to do so, because this is my theory, this is my philosophy. I live by it, and to be quite honest, it served me very, very well. Like, I'm smiling because I am so, and for lack of a better term, blessed. I am so blessed when it comes to my business and the people that I deal with and the owners and the managers. I'm so incredibly fortunate that people, when they get inventory that's super, super high end or super high profit margin, there are stores that won't even put it out. They'll call me, they'll text me, they'll hold it and wait till I come in. Or there's some stores that will send me a text message or a Facebook message if they get something in my size that they think I'm interested in. So in that sense, I feel very, very fortunate that people enjoy working with me. In Youngstown, in this area, my name is good in these streets. My name is good. Like, when people see me coming, there's nobody rolling their eyes like, oh, here she come. Because you know there are folks like that. And another thing I encourage you to do is I encourage you to look at your sourcing behavior. Not so much how you source, but your interactions when you source. I encourage you to look at that, because if you are one of those people that when you walk in the store, somebody like, here they come, then you really, really, really want to examine that, because that's not going to add money to your bottom line. That's not going to increase your profits. That is not going to help you get to the bag if people don't like to see you coming. So that's one thing that I feel incredibly, extremely fortunate about, is that people are happy when I walk into a store. When I walk into Goodwill, they actually say, hey, April. They like reference me by name. When I walk into Penny Pinchers, my favorite consignment store, Lisa might say, hey, I got something in I think you're interested in. When I walk into Miss Pat's thrift store, you know, actually I took something on consignment for Miss Pat earlier this week. Well, actually Miss Pat's husband, Brian, asked me to take it. And that's because I've been buying from them for 4 years consistently. I'm in there 2-3 times a week. Even though she's really close to me, like, I usually go farther out on my breaks, so I don't stop in there every day. But I'm in there 2-3 times a week. And quite frankly, I mean, this has been a little bit presumptuous, but just based on my experience and how frequently I am in the store, I would say I'm one of her top 3 most frequent customers. And when I say customers, I don't mean browsers. I mean people who actually come in and spend money. If I walk in and I see something and I know that I can flip it for good profit, I don't play games. I don't lowball people. Occasionally I might mention something about the price if I feel it's really, really out of line. But for the most part, I don't lowball people. I know the kind of business that they're running. I know that they're buying storage units from auction, and they're putting it in their store. And this building is massive. It's huge. Like, their building has 3 rooms, an upstairs, a basement. It's such a big building, and probably an historical landmark in Youngstown, if I had to guess. I imagine their rent's pretty astronomical. As such, I don't go in there and ask them to give me price breaks or to give me deals. I don't do that. They're running a business. So because they're running a business, I come at them like a business person. Because I come at them like a business person, this week when they bought a unit that had an $800 pure silver flute in it, I come in the store, Brian says, "Hey April, look at this flute." And I ask him, "Okay, how much you want for it?" He said $300. I'm like, I don't do that. He said, "But you can make $200. I said, "Brian, I don't spend $300 to make $200. That's not my business model." And he said, "You know what? Just take it, bring me the $300 after you sell it." All right, I do consignment on that. I'll do that. But that only happens because I'm one of those people that when I walk in the store, the owners are like, "Hey, April, good morning. How are you?" So if you are not friendly and pleasant and legitimately respectful to staff at these stores and the owners, I encourage you to do so, because that absolutely can go a long way towards helping you be able to get your hands on the highest possible quality inventory. Another thing, and this is just a super random note, I went this morning to get my daily caffeine fix to a gas station, and there's a lady that works there. When I walked in the door, she said, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." I was on the phone with my sister, so I said, "Sis, let me call you back." And when the lady talked to me, she actually wanted to mention that she had spoke about me to a friend of hers who was trying to sell a bunch of jewelry that he had that he inherited from his mother. Now, I like jewelry. I'm really enjoying it. I am all about buying a $20 jewelry bag at Goodwill and taking my chances and taking a gamble, but I probably am not the right buyer for an estate of jewelry. As such, probably not the deal for me, but I know people that do. I know people that will. And so for that reason, I will put him in touch with somebody that'll buy it, and that just increases my credibility as a legitimate business person. People come to me with legitimate business opportunities. This is not a game. This is not a drill. So I'm just saying all of that to say, guys, make your connections. And you make your connections by being a genuinely easy person to work with. Genuinely, meaning that you understand other people are trying to make money in business, and so you don't play reindeer games. And the final thing that I wanted to mention, Reseller Research Methods 101 will be dropping, and I'm only saying this because I'm the sort of person that has to have a deadline in order to achieve my goals and my dreams. Nothing gets accomplished in my life without a deadline. Sometimes the deadlines move, sometimes the deadlines get missed completely, but I know that if I say it here publicly to you guys, that's gonna kind of hold my feet to the fire. So Reseller Research Methods 101 will be dropping between next Thursday night and next Friday morning. So between March 29th and March 30th, because March 30th is my birthday, turn up birthday. So March 30th is my birthday. Between Thursday and Friday, if I don't get it done on Thursday, I will absolutely get it done on my birthday, because that's Good Friday and I'm off work. So that's going to be available. In case you are not aware, just as an FYI, Reseller Research Methods 101 is not free content. That is for people who feel that they want to invest in themselves, invest in education in order to grow. It's not something that I put out here sort of willy-nilly like this, because the vast majority of my content is something that I pretty much put out here willy-nilly. So the paid videos are videos that I actually sit down and I create an outline for. This is what I was going to do with my eBay course, but when I decided that I really am not in a place in life right now to manage an eBay course, I moved towards these videos. So it's something of a video series, and eventually my plan is to have like 10 videos that people can watch, and instead of having to go through, say, like a 6-week course, there'll be these 10 videos that give you the basics of everything that you need in order to successfully sell items online, whether it's eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Craigslist, whatever the case may be. So opinion, this is just opinion, I think one of the absolute most important things in reselling is research. Actually, I would say it's the number one most important thing is research, because research tells you what to buy, research tells you how much you can sell it for, research tells you if there's a demand, research tells you if it's a retired item, a discontinued item, a highly sought after item. You learn all of that through research. So I'm really looking forward to creating that content, because I see questions every day, and I know that there's a need for the content, because some people don't want to ask questions constantly, but they're legitimately looking for ways to determine the value of an item or the demand of an item, and they don't really know where to start or how to even begin the process of research. So I will be dropping Reseller Research Methods 101 next Thursday or Friday, the 29th or 30th. And once again, it's not free content. It will be $5 for the video. And this video, I'm actually doing something a little bit different. When you pay for a video on YouTube, you will get a receipt, I'm pretty sure, because that's how all online transactions work. So anybody who buys Reseller Research Methods 101 and wants to contact me directly with either a question or an item that you've been having trouble getting listed because you got stuck on the research part of it, anybody that buys Reseller Research Methods 101 and is able to show me verification that they purchased the video, for those folks, I will answer questions. Actually, I was gonna say one question, but I'll answer questions to a reasonable degree, and I will also, I'll also help with research to a reasonable degree. So it's either one item or one question. It can be like a question with like a follow-up question, but reasonable. So for everyone that purchases the video, I'm willing to help you research an item, just because I appreciate the support and I appreciate the vote of confidence, and I appreciate those folks that really believe in me and that follow me and support me and speak highly of me. All of you are very much appreciated. And I want to make myself available, but another reason that I do this content is because I'm a single mom with a full-time job and a business, and I can't be available to everyone all the time. So I want to do that in a meaningful way. So for those folks who purchase the video, the content, and they want me to help them, I will be available to do so. And once again, I'm not increasing the price. It's still $5 for the video. Once you purchase the video, you own a copy of the video, just like if you bought a DVD, and you can watch it as many times as you want to. I try to make it entertaining. I definitely pack them full of information. This one probably won't be as long as the last one. I hope to keep it to an hour or less. I haven't really decided if I'm going to be showing stuff on the computer. Like, there's a lot of things that I need to work out, but trust and believe that I'll be putting in numerous hours between now and next Thursday working out those details and getting that content created. So I want you guys to know that's coming out, and if you're interested, I know a lot of people have actually asked me about it. It's dropping next week. So BOLO. BOLO, Reseller Research Methods 101. On that note, guys, I'm almost officially late for work. So I hope you have a beautiful Thursday. I hope you guys are finding amazing things. I hope your sales are great. Like I said, volume-wise, my sales aren't great, but just as far as what's listed for me in my eBay store right now, I feel really good, really optimistic, really positive. I have straight fire. Across the board in every store category I have listed. It's just fire. So I'm excited, and I have a lot to look forward to, and I hope that you guys do as well. On that note, have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.